and just give him shit until like anything you find out about him, kind of thing. I know the other shop down the road. I've gone there before and they've asked for phone credit, and he's just gone, what about this random one that's just like a different date and stuff like that. And his name's Abs. He's really cool. He's really chilled. He smokes weed. He's just like a nice guy. And it's just like, well, I don't give a fuck as long as it works, to be honest, mate. Like, I'll let him get away with stuff, you know. But like, this dude's.
I've been to like pubs where like, not obviously recently, I hardly go out these days. I was like, you go, look, can I get a pint of whatever? And they go, oh, somebody just asked for a pint but they couldn't afford it, or they ordered one extra, and they'll pull one up from underneath the bar. I'm like,
give me the best deal you've got.
Not in that.
I mean,
I mean, it's just what? Not.
Going back to arguing for the, you know, the opposite side for the sake of arguing the opposite side. I've done that because you are trying to, you know, to sort of scrimp for the house.
I totally get that.
That's legitimately
I still don't want it. I don't want it.
No, fine, yeah.
I always say no. I always say I would rather have a fresh one.
No.
What's for breakfast?
I would
well,
totally
I've had a customer say that. It's fine.
I would 100% believe that it was completely fine. It was probably just poured at like the guy before me, but I still didn't want it. It's like,
no, that's fair enough.
Especially these days, it's fucking £6 pints. I'm not a good one, man.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I've had a customer say that.
You're cocking it, probably.
Give you a fresh one, don't worry about it.
Yeah. For all I know, right, you fit behind the bar, put your cock in the pint, and you try to sell it to me. I don't know, you've not actually done that, you know what I mean?
We did there was this one place I went that I quite liked the style. It was like, if you make a mistake making a cocktail, and obviously it's not the correct cocktail after that, keep it to one side, take the ice out of it. If there was ever any ice in it, take the ice out of it basically, but there might not have been at all. But just like then just offer it to customers at half price. So it's like a way of getting some money back. So it's like, it was the wrong cocktail, it wasn't on the menu, but the flavours all still work. It's melon and peach, for fuck's sake.
That's good.
It's not completely ruined.
Yeah. Obviously you wouldn't do it if it was like, if you accidentally poured lime juice into a cream drink.
Tart.
Yeah, although that is a drink, but it's
right, I got myself a bottle of Alien Head vodka for a treat for my birthday. Is that good? Is it any good, or is it just shite?
I've got no idea, to be honest. I haven't worked with it. If I had to guess, it's probably just like a Grey Goose.
Yeah, it's not like a Crystal Head. It's one blue Crystal Head.
Well, Crystal Head's about the same as those. I was about to say Crystal Head would have been my third thing to mention.
Crystal Head is the greatest thing ever made.
Now let's be reasonable now.
Crystal Head.
There's plenty of better vodkas.
Well, it's got the coolest bottle. I'll give it that.
But you get some bartenders that won't like it because it's trying to have a cool bottle. It's just literally, you know, they'll think
it's kind of hard to pour as well. Like, you must get a lot of loss in that pretty busy bar.
Oh yeah, you don't. You won't put a pour in that. You really. But that's the thing. Places, Albie actually stocked it, and he only sold it by the bottle.
Buy the bottle. Okay.
Yeah, so the customers, and it was like, it's 180 or something like that, with unlimited mixer.
Well, I was doing it.
No, it was that kind of club. Yeah,
I've never been into a bar with a bash out there. Crystal Head. I mean, I've not been to a lot of bars since I discovered Crystal Head, but I've never seen
Well, it's more for bars rather than pubs anyway, so
it's a
pubs in your bars.
high-end cocktail. Yeah.
What were the kind of venues, just out of interest, what were the kind of venues that you used to be the security for? What were they, clubs or?
It was more sort of, there was a club called After Dark. It was like, it was a nightclub for Charles. It wasn't like fucking high-end. It wasn't shite.
It was a commercial club.
It wasn't fucking proper like nice. It was like £1 drinks every Thursday type thing.
Yeah,
but I worked in Weatherspoons, one of the ones I worked in. I worked in a place called the Caledonian Hotel, which was like a pre-drink from going out, like to the clubs type thing. It was like up till about 10, 11 o'clock. It was chaos, and then it was quiet. It was like that sort of place. It wasn't like, I mean, I did work in a club, but it wasn't like European club I'm talking about his childhood. Just be chavs, shit music.
Yeah, so it wasn't. You never really was. Albie, although he was.
It wasn't like I
very
was getting
club.
50 quid in my hand and that from different celebrities. It was just like.
No, I mean, Albie never had that. He had a bit. He had that a bit, but not
Well.
actually. If he had any celebrities, they usually acted for.
Who's the most famous man or person that's been in Albie's presence? Is he got any famous mates?
Yeah. Well, Brian, his
Uh-huh.
best mate, was a stuntman who worked with Tom Hardy. We're not showing you the clip. Him in the film with Tom Hardy. I must have shown you a picture of Brian. Brian just looks like the hardest man you've ever met in your life.
Me?
Straight off the bat. Yeah, no, it's
Sometimes
Brian
I wake
passed
up.
away, like, just for the pandemic.
Yeah.
I'll try and I'll get a picture.
You're going to love it, I'm a little.
Brian Botono.
Why's he got one with Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan or Brian? What do you got? You search for Ryan
He's
or
being
Brian.
pepper sprayed by Ryan Reynolds and Sam Jackson. Fucking hell.
What is that? I'm killing someone.
There's a video of Brian getting pepper sprayed by Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. Well, Sam Jackson's not pepper sprayed, but
Getting what?
Almost
Sorry,
had
Barry?
me.
pepper sprayed.
Pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
Is he trying to attack them or something?
Well, he's a stuntman in films that involves a lot of like just fight choreography and stuff, and he's just like generic hard man. There's a Matt Damon film where basically it's kind of, I don't know what the film is, but before Matt Damon
keep
gets to
going.
finish his film quest, he has to fight one really hard man in an underground boxing match. And
You know, I
it's
thought you'd say.
Hmm.
But look at you, Kieran, mate.
I'll try and find the ones
I
with
knew
Tom
it.
Hardy in.
Tom Harborn.
You lads again, huh?
There's so many, man. I'll just send you the actual.
Gosh, I'll ignore him. Irish and fucking mate, dude.
Yeah, Brian was basically where Brian was also was a stuntman. He's actually in Snatch. Remember the end of Snatch?
Honestly, not on there.
There was a bit at the end of Snatch where there was loads of big tops men waiting outside the Pikey campsite as a result of the boxing match. And one of them turns to the other and goes, "How long we got to wait?" And the other one goes, "How long does it take to get fucking 8 Pikeys?" Brian was one of them geezers, and sitting in there, and that was when he was a bit younger. But yeah, he was in Avengers. He's just like, he was one of the top stuntmen in the game, basically. He's in the
You're up
Avengers.
well past your
Captain
curfew,
America,
boy.
Spider-Man, that sort of thing. But you won't always recognise it. He was even fighting with my family. Like, you won't always recognise him. He might be dressed up. He's in Peaky Blinders. So through that, Albie's met loads. I remember being with Albie one time when Liam Gallagher came along. They were like, they phoned in, they radioed through, and he was like, Albie, Liam Gallagher, they didn't talk to him. He was like, "Nah, just send him through." just doesn't care. Like, but I know also Albie's kind of flashing the fact that he doesn't care. He's part of it.
Got to hold on.
Kind of thing. We've had Snoop at the club.
Decidedly below my expectations.
I've seen parts of Albie's life, but honestly, I mean, I remember they did this private event once in this like club in Ascot that one of his mates just opened. And the girls from our club that did like a bit of waitress in there for the opening night, just for the private VIPs, were like, they're just fucking gangsters. I shit you not. Right? They were all just like, yeah, lovely blokes, but they're all clearly fucking gangsters.
Shady as fuck.
Yeah, just, you know, that sort of Marbella retired fucking cocaine dealer that's, you know, used to ship fucking kilos and kilos, tens of kilos and stuff, kind of.
A welcome sight.
Oh, right, okay. I remember in the opening where you come at this guy, Anton, he was quite short, skinhead, like fucking scar across his face, just got out of jail apparently. Like, yeah, like 25 years. I'm like, what did he fucking do? Like, he chopped someone's head off. Shitty.
Hey, hey.
That's a bit rude.
Hey, sir.
Everyone backed it up, you know, it was no fucking joke.
You better believe it, sir.
If I may be so...
Look,
Oh, that is... You got it.
Cheers, mate.
There's a few famous people at Brian's funeral. From Snatch, for example. You'd recognise their faces, kind of guys, you know, but not their names so much. But
Kieran's shop. Should come in useful.
I worked at Jeremy Carter's house.
Jimmy Carr.
Oh, hello.
Jeremy Carter.
Jeremy Carr.
Well, Zach,
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Jerry.
Well,
The swift and painful death
Springer
of the
died. I
constable.
told it last night.
Yeah.
be cheeky, oh.
Do you think he was horrible? I think he had a horrible program.
Well,
He was kind of
I
trying
think
to say
I
that.
think we all ignored it at the time because we didn't realise, we didn't cotton on straight away.
Yeah, it was new, isn't
But
it?
with hindsight, that's just,
Exploited.
yeah.
Lower class.
There's a type of, you kind of go in, yeah, well, you know, situation is, yeah, it's not.
I was reading an interview with Jerry Springer and he said that, oh, my programme was good because it was showing you, if you watch TV, it's all rich Hollywood people and beautiful skin and beautiful faces. This is the real people, this is the lower class people. Mate, you're not putting them in a fucking good light, are you? You're fucking
Like
making
you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. It's not low top, it's scraping the. You're literally like
if that was the
shining
case,
a lot of the worst.
show like a single mum who's got 2 jobs, and then it just shows fucking Ku Klux Klan fighting Jewish defence, please.
Oprah Winfrey's got, I don't know her story, but she's got one story.
She was abused as well.
Well, and she made herself what she is off her own, you know, she's a self-made fucking legend. I'm saying, yeah. She is no one
Chat shows and talk shows are dumb anyway.
All of these things, man. Like, I found out tonight. I assume you don't watch Love Island. I don't even.
Yes. I came out
Over
with
the
a game
years.
show.
Yeah.
Mine now.
Before Love Island, I'd met a few people from Geordie Shore. They're a lot nicer than you'd want them to be. You know, they're actually decent people, but you sort of hate them for the sake of the fact that. But anyway, so there was this guy, Tom Powell, that I worked with. Well, I didn't even work with him. But I knew him in Zante. He worked across the road.
Go on and
In
try.
2014, and in like 2018, I found out he was on Love Island in
Still
2017.
need these.
He ended up becoming mates with one of the Geordie Shore lot that owned the club. He was his bodyguard.
Won't be needing
Tom
that.
was fucking hench as fuck, you know, 6'5", fucking tank, good looking fucking wanker. And yeah, you know, the nicest guy. Like, I found out today. I was telling Michael I was just having a drink with him at the terrace bar. I was telling them about him. I was, oh, is he the one who dated the girl who killed herself?
Colin, what?
No, that was the presenter. But there was another girl called Sophie something in that series. He ended up hooking up with her in the series, and she was one of the. Yeah, it was Caroline Flack and 2 other
Flack.
people, 2 contestants that killed herself.
Getting
Fleck or
warmer.
Flack? Fleck, I think it is. But there's 2 or 3 other. She was the presenter that killed herself. There's 2 or 3 contestants that killed themselves, and Tom ended up hooking up with one of them.
Give it that.
I didn't know till today, but Tom is honestly the nicest fucking bloke. You just want to hate him because he's just
Orange or white teeth.
picturesque. Yeah, he's white teeth. He's fucking 6'5". He's a PT, so he's absolutely sculpted, ripped, sick back, and he's got the pearly teeth, and he's just so fucking handsome. And you want to hate the cunt, but he's the nicest bloke to the point where I got. That year was my last year, but I got sucker punched by some little twat in my first night there, just out of the blue. And Tom didn't know me, but he saw what happened, and he fucking battered the guy. And then it turns out later that Tristan, that was one of my boys from Brighton, worked with Tom, and me and Tom ended up hitting it off loads. But like the fact that I knew him from, you know, he didn't do it because I was one of his boys. You know, he just did it because it was right. It was just like,
Ah, he's getting a stranger's back.
Yeah, basically, you saw what happened, and that kid got beaten up three times because of what he did. Because of I'm a worker out there. Like, it was like April, so there were hardly any tourists, and I didn't even know that night. Yeah, so Tom, because I was dazed, I got proper buzzed. You know, you got me right in the sleep. I was blooded. I had to be attended to.
You just fucking get the police, man.
It's Greece. No, it's Greece. He got the fucking shit kicked out of him. Tom beat him up and threw him down the stairs. He's only a little runt as well, like a proper like 7-stone kid. He's got me on the sweet spot on the bridge of the nose, and I was really fucked. I was behind him. So Tom's beating him up a bit and throwing him down like 25 steel stairs. Because he's a cocky little shit, he came back the next night just thinking nothing of it. And I wasn't out that night because I was nursing my wounds, and Coon, the owner, who I've known since I first started working out in Zanny, he said to me about a week later, he's like, yeah, we fucked him up for you. What? He's like, yeah, you never caused any trouble. Like, you've been out here for years, you're a good man, you're a good boy. You fucked him up. And yeah, basically he got the security to all drag him out the back and kick fuck out of him in the car park behind the club. Yeah. And it's a legendary thing. If you go to the car park at Lineker, it's a Lineker's bar. If you get taken out the back of Lineker's, you're fucked. It's a bit of a little quirk. And yeah, Coon took him out back, kick fuck out of him. And one of my staff that I'd managed for 2 years out there that loved me, Smudge, who was an ex-squaddy, happened to be staying in the same accommodation as him. And so he got beaten up that night after he hit me by Tom. When he got home, he got the fuck kicked out of him by Smudge. And he's come back the next night and got the shit kicked out of him by security of Lineker's. Yeah, the point of that story is Tom's really nice fun. That was a bit of a humbling experience, you know, like, oh, mate, you know when you sort of acknowledge that although that person was out of order, I got myself so drunk I was vulnerable.
Shit, so I thought it was on there for you. I was going to say, did your friend ever send you a signed photo of himself, framed? I don't think so.
Are you referring to your bush one?
No, I had a great photo. I'll send you a sign. I hope you've got it on your thingy.
It broke in transit, I told you.
It didn't break. Did it break? What, the glass?
The whole frame.
Did it? I thought I packaged it pretty well, right?
Yeah, no, the whole frame. The one with me, you and Pete arrived.
Did that break as well?
No, it arrived intact, but it has come unslotted in one corner.
I mean, the frame is what cheap though, look at that.
Yeah.
Fucking postman don't get a fucking, honestly.
Nah, they just...
You don't get a fucking fuck, man. That fucking thing.
It's probably one of them jobs where they just get treated like shit.
And they're kind of rushed or something, like Colin's supposed to be saying, yeah, we're kind of forced to always be working it.
Yeah, I mean, it's slightly different, but all the delivery suppliers I've ever had, like, especially during like just after the pandemic, they'd always turn up there like, I've had a day of abuse kind of thing from the customers because they're overstretched or whatever.
They always feel kind of bad when I ordered a package and it's come like a day late, half an out, so I can't just accept it. Sorry man, it's fucking it. Posties, I just carried this fucking thing all the way to you need to
Did I ever tell you about when I kicked off it was in this flat, so it's only a couple of years ago. I just got woken up, this is when I wasn't waking up so early. I wasn't waking up at like 5 like I just got woken up at like 10 to 7, like, but incessantly just holding down the buzzer. And if it was I was just thinking, fucking, it's an emergency. Like, it's one of my pals or something. I was just fucking the nearest refuge. Yeah. It was a fucking postman. One of my neighbours.
I don't know you signed it.
I think he just had too strong a coffee. He just didn't think it through. He just fucking forgot how early it was. I think I was on a bit of a come down as well, so I was in a proper bad mood, and I just called him a fucking cunt. For me, nah, it's another 2 or whatever. And I was like, oh, fuck off, you cunt. Fucking. And I should have left it there, but I was just, it's one of my fuck ups in life. I went downstairs and fucking had to go at him.
The sure heard worse.
No, well then I followed it downstairs. That's what I'm getting at. I went downstairs and decided to tell him to his face that he was a cunt. And then he started going. I was like, I'll fucking knock you out.
How's it going?
And then he started going. He started goading me. He was a little dude, and he was just trying to goad me to hit him. For like, obviously, because it's identified. I just common sense took over me, fortunately, and was just like, no, he's trying to make a
afterlife experience promised
wherever,
to the dead residing there
provable
now
where I
is a
live,
boy.
etc., etc. But he was just like, oh yeah, you wouldn't fucking hit me. Is that what you do? Is it you knock people out? Fucking, you're going and hit me. Literally saying that. Just like, fucking cunt. Adam, right, go at him again, and I started filming him. I lost it a bit. I started filming him, and then booted him out. Not physically, but I just. And then I was just like, I'm not having this. And I just went to. I just drove to the postal office, the sorting office. I was like, alright, I'm speaking to the fucking manager now. I was Karen. Get me the manager. This fucking little wanker. I've never seen him since, so I wouldn't be surprised to get him fired. But maybe I was a bit. Unreasonable.
Who dies next?
Oh, I think I'll get Street Fighter 6 next.
Yeah, Tekken 8's out as well soon, isn't it?
Go Tekken 4.
Have you always been is Street Fighter always been your main fighting franchise?
Big Capcom fan, like Street Fighter. I played I've played pretty much all of the games, like the arcade games as well. Street Fighter's the one I've learned on as well. Like, I do like Tekken, it's just I've never really played it because I've never had it, to be honest. I just went to a friend's house.
I've had phases where I've really gotten into Street Fighter, but I had to assign myself with one franchise that was my beat 'em up style side of choice is Tekken.
Tekken's more technical as well. It's it's like wrestling almost, UFC type thing.
It feels like it is because of the way it's set up, but honestly, it's the timing of Street Fighter that makes it so hard.
Yeah, it's
memorization
and your
and the
how
confusion.
fast you can put combos in, like.
Yeah, because you got to press the D-pad quite a lot as well. Like you can do 10 hit combos and 12 hit combos in Tekken, only hitting the D-pad once or twice in that whole string. The rest is just button presses, which is quite easy to remember because they'll be like kick, punch, kick, punch, kick, punch. It's very orientated around, so it's quite easy to remember. I just think that there is actually probably more difficulty in Street Fighter than there is Tekken.
Yeah, I mean, I played Street Fighter Online, Street Fighter 5 actually, so I played about 500 games, won about 2, but I still loved it. It's still so much fun. I love the characters. Obviously, the plot is very thin. I still enjoy the plot. Stuff like the artwork's amazing. The finishers are exciting. The combos are exciting. I do like the Mortal Kombat, like the NetherRealm studio one. It's just
The lore and
yeah, the lore's great. Like, there's something about it that feels so balanced, where one character can wipe out. It's like in Justice as well. It feels kind of imbalanced, unbalanced.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Injustice. It's really hard to. How do you pit Superman against Catwoman? You just can't. Or Robin. Even Batman.
I've got a Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles DLC with my in Justice 2. I'm pretty sure one of them had a fucking rifle on them, and I'm pretty what? They got a fucking rifle.
There's a few franchises that just never got. That really had some really good lore that never got enough coverage in the EU market. Like King of Fighters. I had a sticker.
Yeah, those things are good. They're a Capcom.
No, it's like Eternal Fighters or something like that.
Eternal Champions.
Eternal Champions. That was
Sega
it.
Mega
Yeah,
Drive.
yeah, I had a sticker. I didn't really even play the game that much, but I just had the sticker album and it was fucking class.
Yeah, I had the sticker album as well. Well, I don't think I had the album, but I had the stickers. But I remember the guy on the front cover looked like Geordie LaForge, who's Star Trek. He's black guy with a visor. Remember him? He was the main. He was the Ryu of the Eternal Champions.
Yeah. I just didn't really play it. I ended up just getting the sticker albums. I think it was like a case of like social contagion when you were a kid.
Got to fight.
So other people had it, so I got the sticker album and collected them.
I used to play loads of fighters on the Sega Mega Drive. I used to rent them, but they could not match Street Fighter. They could not touch it. It was too fucking perfect the game to copy it.
Yeah, it was just dominating, wasn't it? Trying to be different was a no-no because they just nailed it, and trying to be too similar is just
Yes. It might as well, yeah.
It was hard at the time as well.
Hi, still fucking
I remember
hard,
there was these two twins in my class that just they're the only one of the only ones that had it in the school kind of thing, but they just kept on coming back from every day. They were like, well, you just can't beat the guy with the claws. Lego.
Yeah.
No, when you were a kid, it was just really hard.
Oh man, gonna put on the oven, man. But no.
So.
I've got a chipped front tooth. It's not like total massive chip like Larry for Tom Dummer. It's still annoying. Me and you should do a prank, right? You up for this?
Why not?
Me and you should do a prank where we've swapped corpses with each other. Like, not corpses, but alive bodies with each other.
Well, I'll just walk around pretending to be you at your workplace and stuff.
No. You don't pretend to be me. You're like, holy shit, I'm actually called Stephen. What am I doing in here? What's going on? And I'm like, Albie. Are you Albie? Are you the Albie? And where's Albie from again? Greek.
West London.
He's like, oh yeah, Stephen. What you're a jock. I'm like, I'm actually rich. What the fuck's going on? But we try and keep it up until they make a series out of it. I mean, I would ask the fascinating. You swap bodies. That's what I want. I'd be like, yeah, are you Chats? True, you what the Grammy from one?
Oh fucking hell! You don't have to do it. It'd be hard not to let it's hard to contain yourself. Honestly, it's hard for me sometimes. If I had an audience, I'd find it pretty
I think you should host a podcast that me and Sharks debate things. Like, who would win the fight between sharks and 10,000 sea monkeys with scythes? Maybe 2-hour debate. And listen to
No idea.
Probably sharks.
started out with his damage Shacks these days. He just come out of so much stuff. Before I realised that he was crazy.
You were saying he lied about his age as well.
No, he got mistaken about his age.
Right.
Like, he just told me one time he was 38, and I just,
Aren't you
but, yeah, it's plausible because he just looks about, you know, like he's just only a few years older. This is when I was 34,
You
33,
deserve
34.
better.
And it's just like, I felt like he was older than me, but not
You know, it's been
dramatically.
Oh well.
And then 6 months later, we were staying on that festival together, and he was talking about being 48, and I'm like,
No
you're
worries
38.
whatsoever.
He's like, no,
Oh,
I'm
thank
48, bro. I was like, no, I'm swear you told me you're 30. He's like, mate, adamantly, he's like, bruv, I wish I was 38.
And telling his own, what's the word, I don't know, telling your own sort of lies almost. Talking and like.
Well, that's it. I just don't even know how much anything he's ever said is true. Like, he's got guts, I know that. Like, he's definitely got some background that makes him tough. He's a really little dude. He's like 5'10", but he's quite scrawny. Fairly simple. But he ain't fucking as scared of no one.
We should make a fighting game with folk that we know. I would put that out. You know, like Robert versus Shax and things like that.
Shax's special moves would beat anyone, so he's got telekinetic power in
Kieran's
his head.
shot.
Well, there you go.
Defeat.
Robert's got wisdom, that's a power. And it'd be pretty good actually.
Shax in his
And
head
then-
could take him to the dream world and torture him and steal his soul.
I'm the fucking, well, there you go, this is me, but I'm fucking Bison, that's me, like Rich.
Well, I told you that story about him when he actually said to someone he wanted to take his soul.
I'll take that
Like
as a no.
fucking Shao Kahn.
Yeah, fully like that. I don't think I've told anything about that, so probably not, but it was when we taught one of the other doormen at work. There was somebody was nicking basically from the staff room. They was nicking out the pockets and the bags of the staff. We set him up, so, you know, now we set him up, so we had a little camera to find out who it was. And then when he got outed, this
We
guy
meet
Jake,
again.
Jake was just, I'm gonna take your soul.
Finally, you're better.
So,
Quality.
Shao Kahn. Shax is a good name for fighting game character as well.
He's a class guy, honestly. You'd like him a lot, like nobody dislikes him. He just freaks the girls out a little bit.
Okay.
It's his perception of the world. That's what I put it down to. Like, he thinks that he's seeing something different. He's sort of like reading through the lines, reading the Matrix kind of thing, rather than reading the code, rather than the individual seeing he's fucking batshit crazy. So, Paris says that he used to just like, anytime he saw her, like, your halo slipping.
You're out of practice,
And
Ed.
she'd be like, what? Like, your halo slipping.
Don't
Don't worry, I'll